Okay, so uh, what we would be learning is we would be learning Angular. Now, what is Angular? Angular is say a framework, right, which is maintained by Google, and it is used to create UI applications or web applications. So web applications can be say a simple website. So simple static websites you can see using Angular. In the same way, you can also create complex web applications. By complex web applications, what I would mean is that your Angular would connect with some server, right? It will try to fetch the data from the server, or it would try to send the data to the server, right? And then eventually in some kind of a database via server, right? So that uh, your website or a web application becomes dynamic, right? So that is what we would be focusing on. Then what our mode of say learning would be say pretty simple as in today we'll start with basics like JavaScript basics, right? And in this JavaScript basics we'll try to understand what say how to declare a function in JavaScript or how to use callback functions, this sort of stuff, right? These are very important, and I mean, it is very important to understand these because it will help you in learning Angular pretty fast, right? So our focus would be on that as well, right? Angular internally uses TypeScript, but TypeScript is pretty much similar to JavaScript, right? So learning JavaScript initially is really good, right? Okay. So to do that, right, what I want you guys to do is create some project folder anywhere. Let's say I have a G drive, right? In my G drive, uh, I'll have say I've created a folder called as Angular batch. You can create a folder called as Angular or Angular projects, sort of, right? Inside this, right, what I'll do is I'll create a new folder. I'll uh, say test node. I'm creating a directory test node. Then I'm going inside that directory, right? And inside this, I'll just do a dir. So as you can see that there is nothing inside this directory. It is currently blank. Now what I would do is I will create the first node project. How I will do that is I'll simply say npm init, right? And as of now, something would appear and it will ask for a package name and other stuffs. So as of now, just keep on pressing enter. Right? Is it okay? Just again press enter. Once you do that, right, if I type dir, what you'll see is a file called as package.json. Now what I would do is I will open this folder, right, in Visual Studio Code. Right, now in Visual Studio Code, what you should do is you should say file open folder, and in this, right, we can go to G drive Angular batch test node and say select folder. Right, just close this. Now in that folder, what you see is a package.json file. We'll come to this, what this package.json file is. But in short, as of now, whatever contents are there in this package.json file, right, they are simply to describe that, okay, this is your, uh, these are the properties of your project. That is what it initially means as of now, right? Now what I'll do is I'll click on new file here, right? And here I would say index.js. Right? So this will be a blank file which would be created, right? Its extension is .js. So it is not necessary that you need to name this file as index.js. You can give it any name like app.js would also work or first.js would also work. But a good coding convention is to name it as index.js, right? So this index.js is say a simple JavaScript file or a node file which we would be using and running, right? And inside this, as a standard convention, I'll type console.log, right? And here I would simply say hello world, right? And what I would do is that I'll say dir. You can see this index.js file here, and I would simply say node index.js. Right, so it prints hello world on the console. Right, so as you have printf in C or cout in C++ or system.out.println in Java, in the same way to print anything on the console, right? What we have is a function called as log, right, or console.log. So use this function and print hello world. Right, that is what you need to do. Now the first step that you should do is, right, I'll reiterate again, create some project folder wherein you will be putting in your uh, all the code that we would be using or developing, and inside that project folder, right, type npm in it. Right, once this is done, do let me know, so we'll take it forward. Did you guys do npm in it? And then keep on pressing enter, right, till you see is that okay, and then again enter. Is it done? Okay. Pravesh, Vaishnav, and Vaishnavi, did you guys do NPM in it? And Harshal as well? Harshal done. Okay. Scroll up. You don't need to do anything, Vaishnav. Just type NPM in it in some folder. Right. So if you have to create some folder, you need to use this command mkdir and give it folder name. Right. Mkdir and some say my node. What this mkdir would do is it will simply create a folder. Once you do that, do a cd and my node, whatever folder you have created. Cd is change directory. Okay. So after do a change directory, just type npm in it. Right. And keep pressing enter again and again. Okay. Done. Once npm init is done, do let me know. Okay, great. Right, now once this is done, right, open your Visual Studio Code, and inside your Visual Studio Code, go to File, Open Folder, right, and in this, select the folder which you have created. In this case, I have created test node, right, and say click on select folder. Right, so it will open something like this. So did you guys open? Okay, okay, good. Right, now in this, right, click here, right, it will create a square like this, or this box, rectangular box with blue border, right, and just click on this particular icon, right, it is a new file icon, right, and type here index.js and press enter. And inside index.js, you need to type this console.log hello world. Done. Okay. Others, Vaishnavi, Pravesh, Harshal, Manija. Done. Okay, great. Now, once this is done, right, go to your command prompt, right, where you had done npm init, and there just type node index.js. What you should see is hello world here. Is it done? Can you guys see hello world? Vaishnav, Vaishnavi, Pravesh, Manija, Harshal. I'm taking your names because you guys are pretty new to this. At least I think that you guys are new. Okay. So console.log is visible. Pravesh, Harshal, Vaishnav and Vaishnavi, and Manija. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I hope each one of you can see console.log now. Right. That is hello world. So what is console.log? Console.log is say a way to output something on your console, right? So whatever you would write in console.log, you'll be able to see here, right? Hello world is just a standard, right? What I can also do is I can say console.log. My name is Gandhar, right? Then I can also say console.log corona. I'll say plus, I'll give a space, I'll again say plus and say is scary, right? That's what I can also say, right? So what have I done here is, right, this one is pretty simple that whatever you put inside console.log, it should be visible. In this particular case, what I am doing is I am having one string corona, right? Then I am having another string which is space, and I am having another string which is space is scary, right? So what it will do is it will add up all these strings and display it on the console. Now let us check that out. Right. So what we see is we see three statements here. One is hello world, one is my name is Gandhar, and third is corona is scary. Right. Try this thing out. In the same file, in the same index.js, you need to change it. Let me know once done. Vaishnav done. Okay, good. Once you are done. Okay. Harshal, Vaishnavi, Manija, Vaishnavi done. Manija done. Kankar done. Okay. Pravesh done. Okay. I guess each one of you has done that. Right. Now let us also learn, right, how to declare a variable. Right. So not be seeing my screen right now. Are you guys able to? Okay. Anyways, so what we'll do is let me till the light comes. Let us install get Angular installed. Right now, what you guys need to do is, right, in your console, that is in your command prompt. Acha, are you guys able to hear me? Am I audible? Yes. Okay. Now in your command prompt, right, type this npm install -g @angular angular slash CLI. Right. Type this command. Now, what this command will do is this command will install Angular on your machines. Right. I'll explain these things. Right. But as of now, it will only install Angular. Right. This will take a little bit of time because it downloads around 200 to 300 MB of data. Type this in your command prompt where we were running that node index.js command. Vaishnav, the problem is that मेरे यहाँ लाइट चली गई है एंड मेरा लैपटॉप बंद हो गया है, राइट? सो दैट इज द रीजन. सो टिल देन डू दिस. लाइट आएगी तो आई विल रिजॉइन. आज फर्स्ट डे है, कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ तो होनी ही चाहिए. Right. The execution of to 2 minutes or even more. It depends upon your internet speed. Do let me know once it is done. Vaishnavi, done. So did it get installed? I mean, okay. What you can do is you can type ng space minus v. It is ng space minus v to check whether your installation is proper or not. Right? If it gives you an output that ng command not found or something similar, right? That means there is some problem. If not, it should be fine. Keep on pressing enter for such things. It is showing the list of commands available for ng minus v. Okay, so it did not give any error, right? So long as it is not giving any error, that is fine. So Angular is installed on your machine. Harshal, done. Okay, great. It's saying not recognized. Okay, Vaishnav. So Vaishnav, uh, okay, Vaishnav, can you share your screen? You can see an option present now at say somewhere at bottom right. And on by clicking on present now, just type, don't type, say share entire screen. You are on mobile. Okay. So who can share? Harshal, can you share? Right now, you can also click on the link from your laptop. If you can do that, then you'll be able to share the screen. How to share? Okay, you would see, say somewhere in the bottom right, if you click on the screen, you would see present now button. वो नीचे में कुछ ये बटन्स है देखो, एक माइक्रोफोन के लिए है, एक वीडियो के लिए है, उसके बाजू में देयर इज प्रेजेंट नाउ. ओके, आई थिंक वी आर एबल टू सी योर स्क्रीन. Vaishnav, it is installed. There is no issue in this. If you say ng space minus minus version, version, Acha, it's not yours. Whose screen is this? Vaishnavi. Okay, okay. Okay, fair enough. Now, Vaishnavi, open your Visual Studio Code. Have you opened? Or I guess you have not shared your entire screen. If okay, Harshal is presenting. Okay, so Harshal, open your Visual Studio Code. Yes. Okay, and also your command prompt. Show me your command prompt. So did you not install Angular? Scroll it down. ऊपर ऊपर होगा और ऊपर. हाँ. Okay. I think it is installed. You can type ng space minus minus version, version. Enter. Unhandled exception, no directory. Okay. Take it a little up. Okay, Angular is installed. Okay, take it down a little. Okay, anyways, we'll come to this later. Open that index.js file in this thing. Yes. Right, now here, let us learn how to declare variables. You can type let a equals to, let space a equals to 10, semicolon. Right, and you can say console.log in brackets, just give a. Right, save this file, do a control S. Now in your command prompt, right, type node index.js. right? What you would see is your previous statements and that variable a. Right now, again go to the code. Now, what I have done here is I have declared a simple variable a. Now, how do you declare a variable here in Node? You can use this let keyword to declare a variable. So, what I have done is I have said let a equals to 10, means there is a variable whose name is a, and we have also assigned value to that variable which is 10. And I am just printing that variable in the console, right? Next, what you can do is just type var b equals to 20 minus name equals to, yes, and say console.log d. D. Right? Save it and run it. Right? Now, again go back to the code. Right? Now, what you can see is that we can also declare a variable using D here. Yeah, sorry, using the keyword var here. So, what I have done is I have declared a variable whose name is D. Right? And I have assigned value 20 to it. That is what I have done. Then next, what you can do is you can say let C equals to A plus D. Very simple. And just say console.log C. Yes, good. Right. So it printed 30. Right. So each one of you try this thing first, then we'll move ahead. Since today is the first day, I'm going pretty slow. We'll increase the speed once each one of you gets used to this. Show them the code, Harshal. It printed 10. It should print 30. So Pravesh, can you check if you have used the correct variables? Or you have printed C as Harshal has done. Harshal, what did you get? You got 30, right? Yes. So Pravesh, it should print 30. Check if you have used the variables correctly. Harshal, what you can do is copy the code from line number 4 up to 9 and just paste it in the chat window. Replace your code with the code which Harshal has pasted. Yes, that is also correct. Please save. After that, you might get. Do a Control S. Control S will save your file. Okay, is it done? Okay, Pravesh done. Okay. Vaishnavi done. Okay. Now this is pretty simple thing. Now next, what we'll do is we'll try to declare a simple function that adds two numbers. Right. So Harshal, what you do is say var space add equals to function. Right. Then give the brackets. Right. Type there x comma y. No XML document, only X. VS Code does this sometimes to you. Okay. Then open curly braces. Enter. Right. Okay. Now what you'll say is simply say inside that function, say return x plus y. Return space x plus y. Give a tab before return so that it will be properly aligned. Okay. Click on save. Right. And what we'll do is we will be calling this function. Right. So just no, do not call it there. Call it at the end after line number 70. Right. Say let, no. First say let space sum equals to add in brackets 50 comma 70. Anything you can give. Right. And then do a console.log sum. No. Right. Also, you need to replace your line number 15 by a curly brace instead of normal bracket. Yes. Right. Now run this thing. Say node index.js. Right. So what you can see at the end is 120. Right. So again, come back to the code. Now, just keep one thing in mind that everything in JavaScript, right, is a variable. Right. So even a function is a variable. Right. So what we are doing is we are declaring a function or the function body. It starts from the keyword function, right, and it ends at the closing curly braces. But the name of that function, right, we are giving it as a variable. So when we say var add equals to function, what it means is the name of that function is add, and you can call that function using add. Right? Is it clear? Each one of you try this thing out. Harshal, you can paste this code. Guys, let me know once it is done. Vaishnav done. Okay. Vaishnavi done. Pravesh done. Manija. Anyways, okay. Okay, now next, right? In the next line, Harshal. Okay, now what you do is say, uh, let space add a double d add it equals to, right? Give opening and closing parenthesis in that type some a1 comma b1 b1, right? After that, type equals to greater than, right? Then open and close curly braces, enter, and say return a1 plus b1. Right? Just call this function. You can say console.log in brackets add, again in brackets some two values 5 comma 7, give anything. Yeah, okay, save it and done it. Add has already been declared. Have you taken add? Oh, it's add. Call it, give it a name, add one. वो कॉल कॉल में नहीं, उसको नहीं नीचे वाले को ऐड वन करो, ऊपर वाले को रहने दो. हाँ, now see. Right, so what we see is 6, 2 plus 4, 6. Right, so what I wanted to show in this particular exercise was that you can also declare functions in this way. Again, what is the syntax? The syntax is pretty simple, right? We do not use the keyword function, right? Instead, we only pass the parameters which are a1 and b1, right? And then we give this sign equal to greater than, and then we start writing the function body inside the curly braces, right? Is this clear? Try this thing out. Now, those who have never used Node or JavaScript, this would be some new syntax. Did you guys try? Are you guys trying? Vaishnavi done. Okay. Vaishnav done. Okay. There is a difference between that, Harshal, but let's come to that difference a little later. Right. At this point of time, you won't understand that difference. npm मिनट से पैकेज जेसन क्यों क्रिएट होता है, क्यों करते हैं. Right now, package.json file is a file, right, which is used to install dependencies which would be required in your project, right? That is what it is used, and it is the base file which npm understands. Right now, for any node project, right, to install dependencies or anything, you need to have that package.json file. That is its job. Now, in this particular project, we do not have any dependencies. We are simply using simple things. But every project, right, that would be created using Node will have a package.json file. And in that file, we will always have dependencies inside that. We'll come to that later, Akash. Right? But as of now, just keep in mind that package.json is simply to tell that this is a node project. And generally, it is used to download dependencies. What is difference between var and let? The difference is of scope, Pravesh. Right. So we'll come to that later. Right. But as of now, var has a wider scope. You can say a global scope, and let has a smaller scope. Right. As of now, you can keep this thing in mind. By scope, what I mean is that where it is declared and where it can be used. Right. That is what a scope would mean. So var has a bigger scope. That is, var can be used at various different blocks, whereas let can be used in lesser number of blocks. Okay, so done. Vaishnavi, done. Okay. Now what I want you guys to do is, right, define two functions, right? Call the first function as say sub or subtract, right? And second function as sub1, right? Define the first function using the function keyword and second function using that arrow operator or arrow functions as they are fondly called. Right, do that and let me know if you are able to. And the logic which you need to write inside that function is simple. Just return the first variable minus second variable. See, now you cannot give 40 comma 2 inside that function because what the function would accept in parameters are variables. Again, the same mistake. Acha, okay, correct. My bad. Correct, Harshal. Others, let me know once done. Pravesh, Vaishnavi, Vaishnav. Now you can also pass variables in the function calls. Right now we are only passing the numbers, right? 2 comma 4 or 39 4, right? Just call that function again. I shall call it at the end. Say console.log and in brackets, Vaishnavi done. Okay, good. In brackets, type say some variable which we had taken a comma d. Sorry, the name of the function and a comma d. Add a comma d. Right. Save it and run it. Right. Now you can see 30 there. Probably value of a and d is something 10 and 20. Yes. Right now, I hope everybody understands. यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया है because after this we would be complicating the things a bit. Now I hope you know how to print on the console. Then I hope you also know how to declare variables using let or var, right? You also know how to declare or define a function using, say, the function keyword and by using arrow functions. Right? I guess it is clear. Okay, that is good. Repeat line 45. Akash, what we are doing here is we are uh, simply passing variables in the function. That is what we are doing, right? Instead of directly passing uh, numbers, we are passing the variables. That is what, right? Nothing, no rocket science. Give me a moment. I'll just tell you. Okay. Now, Harshal, what you do is, right, at the end, say var fun equals to something, fun, fun. It's just the name of function, you can give anything, but I'm just asking fun. Equals to, then parenthesis, x comma t or z comma t, right? Then arrow function equal to and greater than, and then curly braces, right? And here say console.log z, z, right? And after that say enter, let some p equals to t, p, let p equals to t, brackets 5 comma 7, semicolon, enter, and say console.log p. P. Right. Okay. Now at the end, call this function. Now we'll call it in a different way. Say fun brackets inverted commas. Type your name, Harshal, and then after that give comma. Right. And say add. Okay. Give semicolon at the end and save. Right. Now what I am doing is, if you can see where fun equals to, now this fun is a function which takes two parameters, right, in line number 49. First parameter is z and second parameter is t. Now what I am doing here is I am simply saying console.log z. Now what is console.log z? It will simply print whatever value is present in that z. That is what it would do, right? Next statement at line number 53, it is let t equals to t brackets 5 comma 7. Now, when do we use such syntax? We use such syntax when we are calling some function. The t of 5 comma 7 is nothing but a function. I'm trying to call a function, right? And I'm simply say doing a console.log p. Whatever that function t returns, I'm just doing that. Right. Now, Harshal, run this. You should see Harshal and 12. Right. Right. Now, this is a little complex part which we all need to understand. Now, what is this called? This thing is called as a callback function. Right. Now, what do we mean by callback function is that when we pass a function as a parameter to another function, right, that function is called as a callback function. So if you can see in line number 56, what I have done is the first parameter I have passed a simple string, right? Now the first parameter, which is your Herschel, right? It goes into the variable z of function fun, right? And the second parameter is add. Now what is add? Add is a function which we had written. It simply adds two numbers whatever are passed to it. So I am also passing the name of that function to the fun, right? Name of the function is add. I am passing that function to fun, right? And this add, it goes in the variable t or the parameter t of the function fun. And what I am doing here, I am simply saying the t is equal to t of 5 comma 7. So now this t would internally be replaced by add. So it would be as good as calling the function add. So it will be add of 5 comma 7. What will addition of 5 and 7 be? It will be 12. So it should simply print 12. And that is what is happening. Right. Now this is, what is this called? This thing is called as a callback function. And what is a callback function? When a function is passed as a parameter to another function, right? That function is called as a callback function. Now, whenever we are using or whenever we are working with, say, any asynchronous programming, I'll come to that, what we mean by asynchronous programming, right? Or as of now, you can understand that whenever we are working on UI, right? In UI, right? Most of the data, it comes from the server, right? So this callback function, right, plays a very key role in it, right? We'll come to that later when we'll switch over to Angular. But in the basics, what we need to understand is what is a callback function, right? How to pass a function as a parameter to another function. Right, now is it fine? Did you guys understand this? Harshal, can you paste that code? Now, Harshal, what you can also do is, right, type enter, call this function fun again, say fun, right, pass the first parameter at some integer, say 10 or 100, and the second parameter is diff, diff, or what is the name of your function? Sub, 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 right, save, semicolon, save, and run. Now what would happen here is it should print console.log z, which is 100, which we have passed, and second thing it should do is 5 minus 7, that is minus 2. Right, now this function has become a generic function. Right, the first parameter, that is z, it can accept an integer, it can accept a string, it can accept anything. The second parameter here, right, it is nothing but a function, which is a callback function, which is t. Right, now since we are calling inside that function definition, we are calling that t with two parameters. Now any function, right, which accepts two parameters can be passed to this function. So in the line number 56, we passed add as a function. Now what is add? Add is a function which accepts two parameters. In the line number 58, what we have done is we have passed sub as a function. What is sub? Again, it is a function that that accepts two parameters. Right? Is it clear? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Vaishnavi, is it clear? Manija? So did you guys understand what a callback function is? Okay, you guys understand. Okay, that is good. Now, guys, can you also do one thing? Check if the Angular is installed. किसके machine पे install नहीं हुआ है? I need to know that first. जब किसी की मशीन पे इंस्टॉल नहीं होता ना, वैष्णवी शायद आपके मशीन पे इंस्टॉल नहीं होता। वैष्णव के मशीन पे। ओके, सो वैष्णव, नाउ कैन यू शेयर योर स्क्रीन? हर्षल, कैन यू स्टॉप प्रेजेंटिंग प्लीज? You are presenting, please stop presenting. Yes. So Vaishnav, can you share your screen? स्क्रीन शेयर करने में एरर आ रहा है कि किस में एरर आ रहा है?